How and when did you realize that the internet was going to revolutionize, let's just say, the business of communication?
October 1994.
You have a date?
I do. I'll tell you why. October 1994 was the October of my freshman year of college. And in 1991, when I was in high school, that's when I started becoming passionate about my dad's liquor store. And I said, I'm going to open 150 of these. I'm going to open the Toys R Us of liquor stores. I remember being a high school kid thinking. And then in October of 1994, I went into my friend's dorm room and discovered the internet. And within 10 minutes, I found myself on a baseball card bulletin board on AOL, and I saw that people were selling. And actually,
what do we got?
They're not going to see it, but you're going to see it. These are literally
goosebumps. That is
right.
Goosebumps.
This is real goosebumps,
okay.
And I'll tell you why. It changed my life. I can feel, you know how, I mean, I'm really getting them right now.
I feel that. That's legit. That's a legit goosebump. Okay.
So I'm excited about this because it was a really transcending moment. Like I'm a weird kid, meaning I was a true entrepreneur. I had
94 was early, but that was before Netscape. Way before Netscape.
I'm not sure the timing.
Yeah, but it was.
Right?
Yeah,
I believe
because you were on an AOL bulletin board,
yep,
right?
Yep. And I just remember thinking, this is it. I don't know what to say. I was like, this is it. And literally, 2 years later, because it took a little bit of time, I launched WineLibrary.com, one of the first e-commerce wine businesses in America, and it changed the course of my family's wine business.
So how do you build an online brand?
Easily. You produce content on the 7 to 25 places where people pay attention, and you produce it around things you know, and you amass awareness. I mean, how did Nike build a brand? They ran commercials. They did sponsorship. Like, it's just attention arbitrage.
What does that mean?
For me, it means my career, oftentimes I reference Mariano Rivera when I talk about my career. Mo. Mm-hmm. Mo was one of the great closers in baseball history. And at
Robbie
the end,
knows that. He's a big Yankee fan.
And so you're
going
to appreciate this.
Right.
He had one pitch. He was solid at everything else, but he had this one pitch. And besides Edgar Martinez, literally nobody could hit it. And that's who I think I am. I'm good at other things. I'm a good COO, like I can operate. That's why I have businesses. I'm very good at HR. I'm good at PR. Like I'm good at other things, but I am, this is now me talking about myself, but if you ask me, I think I'm remarkable at understanding what humans are actually doing before the masses understand they're doing it, right? I understood that online dating in 2001 was gonna be mainstream. That wasn't obvious until 2011, right? Or 13, or whenever Tinder really took hold, right? And so, what I mean by that is, I built Wine Library on the back of email and Google AdWords. Mm-hmm. In 1997, no liquor store in America thought it was a good idea to build up an email newsletter versus the catalog that they could send in the mail.
Right.
Got it?
Right, yeah.
In 2001, I bought every Google AdWord for every wine term, and nobody was bidding me up.
Right.
Got it?
Yep.
In 2006, this is now documented, thank God. In 2006, I started a wine show on YouTube in February 2006. I was one of the first people to move fast on Twitter. I have podcasts and LinkedIn, like I'm consistently first.
Right.
And that skill has allowed me to be good at real estate.
Right.
Somebody bought up all of Dumbo.
Yeah.
Somebody once bought up most of Malibu. Like, some people see it.
Right.
I see human behavior.
Okay, so what do you see right now?
Voice.
What does that mean?
That means that everybody in this room and everybody who's watching this video is gonna do a lot more things with Alexa and Google Home and Apple Pod than they think today.
Like what?
Order every single food that they eat. All of it. In 13 years, you will mouth in your office, in your home, you will say, send me a burger, or can you get me a Shake Shack, or I want a whatchamacallit bar. Get me my Sprite.
Quinoa.
That's right.
Even.
I want a quinoa salad, and this is where branding comes in. I want a quinoa salad. If you say that to Alexa, Amazon now has a lot of leverage. What quinoa salad are they gonna send you? Their own private label? Is some brand gonna pay $500 to be the affiliate? So you better say, I want Sweet Greens quinoa salad, which is why brand is about to become so much more. Brand has always been the most important. Brand's about to become even more important because we're going to an audio-centric lead gen world, not a visual-centric It's going to be very big.
Sounds like you think Amazon has a lot of upside here.
I sure do.
Yeah.
Unless the government gets involved, which I don't know that stuff, that's above my pay grade, I would buy Amazon stock in perpetuity until Jeff Bezos no longer runs the company.
But Amazon, Google, Facebook, Twitter, they have a lot of advertising power. Does that concern you that they've got so much of that pie?
Of course not, because CBS, ABC, and NBC had that whole pie. Because the New York Times and the Washington Post had all that pie. And Yahoo at one point, there's always somebody that controls the pie.
I know always people whining about it.
That's right. Microsoft should have been broken up. IBM should have been broken up. Google should be broken now. It's the same old game.
But should they be broken up? Facebook?
I don't think so, mainly because I think that there's always another young Turk coming up, and she or he is going to destroy Mark Zuckerberg, because Mark Zuckerberg becomes passive, because Jeff Bezos becomes passive, because Bill Gates becomes passive, because people become passive.
Right. They become content,
old, curious in other things, different parts of their life, sick, die.
Right.
This is run by people.
Yeah, yeah. So we're in Long Island City. We just talked about Amazon.
Yes.
What did you think about that? Was the city right to boot them out, or activists right to boot them out?
I'm so pumped you asked this question.
Good, let's talk about it.
I have no idea.
Come on, man. You said you wanted to talk about that and you're punting.
I'm not punting.
Okay.
The reason I just got so excited is, as a guy who speaks with heavy conviction, which could come across as audacity or ego or overconfidence, nothing excites me more than when I'm interviewed, when I actually don't know the answer to something and I can say I don't know.
But that's just it. So why don't you know? That's the follow-up question.
Because I'm not willing to do the homework of the collateral things that happen after the fact, right? I don't understand the actual math around. My intuitive nature is, when the greatest company in the world, or definitely in America, wants to set up shop, that has trickle-down value prop. What I don't know is the concessions that the state or the city does, and the arguments on both sides of the equation properly and possibly have actual value to them. I just haven't taken the time to dissect it. Let me give you an example. I believe that TV advertising is grossly overpriced.
Right.
I also think that the Super Bowl is the #1 best buy in marketing. So that's a contradiction within the micro of the macro. That's why I can't answer the LIC. I don't know.
Right, right. Well, what do you think about politicians like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who says that we should have more government involved in terms of people making higher wages?
You know, it's an interesting question. You know, I was born in the Soviet Union. So I laugh when Americans try to paint, liberals as socialists or communists, because that's Americans that haven't lived in communism.
Right.
So here's what I would say. I am stunningly socially liberal. At the same token, I'm an alpha entrepreneur and believe in many of the things of capitalism. What I don't like is when capitalism gets old, aka an alpha gets old, and then she or he tries to use their money to change the rules of merit. So I'm disgusted by that. At the same token, I have many 20-year-old kids hitting me up and saying, Gary, you're rich, you should give me your money. So I'm very scared of the slippery slope of massive entitlement.
Yeah.
So, more government involvement doesn't hit me well in my alpha player on the field, I'm an entrepreneur. It hits me tremendously well as I'm the human being and I want everybody to be healthy and happy to the best of our abilities. I think the answer is always somewhere in between. The biggest problem I have, listen, I'm willing to give up 95% of my earning. I really am.
Yeah.
Let's go to taxes.
It may be getting close to that in this state.
I'm willing to. I just want to be the one who gives it away.
Right.
Wait a minute, I'm gonna work my face off, bleed, in perpetuity, and I'm gonna give it to you, and you're gonna decide who got 36,000 votes? And you've never operated anything in your life, and you're third generation wealthy, or your ideology, and you have no practical skills? This is not about giving away money, it's about giving away money to people that have no idea what to do with it. That starts where it gets a little complicated. So, I want everybody to be awesome and happy and healthy, and I'm willing to pay unbelievable amounts for it. I just want to see how you're going to spend it.
Right, right, right.